Do you love or leave protagonists meeting in the first 10% of the book?
So I love that. I love it. I love it. I know some people are like, oh, insta lust. I know it. No, 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 no. For the I love to be like grabbed by the throat in the first page and just like something fabulous is going to happen. I don't always rate those stories because it kind of depends on the plot. But
Mhm.
if I could, they'd be banging right from page one, you know? But that's just me.
All right. Love it or leave it, dual point of view narration.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I don't, I have, I can't write in first person. It's just a skill that's beyond me. I admire people who can, but I love writing from the male point of view
Mhm.
because it's just so easy. Oh, I mean, I have a cis male partner and I have a son, a cis male son, and so I know, I know a little bit about them, and they're very simple. They're super easy to write. It's the girls that are hard.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think I know the answer to this one. Love it or leave it, third person past tense.
Yes. So again, right? It's just so much what I feel comfortable in, but I always admire. I mean, I just have so much admiration for people who can make first person present work.
Mhm.
I think it's just a skill. I think that the other thing is too, I think that historical really lends itself more to third, I think that contemporary there and I've seen readers do this. They're like first person only. Like I love romance, but I just want to read first person only. So it's very much a contemporary trend. Uh,
Yes.
and I admire it, but I can't write it. So it's not like a love it or I hate it. It's more like where's because I didn't take writing classes and I'm not like my career was not in writing or in fiction or any of that. So it's just kind of what came naturally to me. And quite frankly, I think I'm too old to
It changes the craft when you're changing tense and point of view.
absolutely
So, all right, love it or leave it, third act, breakup, or dark moment.
love it. I love it. I love it. I don't mind that some people don't have that. I don't mind it. I don't think it takes away if you don't have it. But you know, I love the angst and I love the pining and I love it. And it also is a very classic structure.
Mhm.
So I think if you enjoy classic literature, if you enjoy classic theater, if you are someone who enjoys theater and enjoys movie and enjoys these sorts of sagas, then it's vital, right? Because
Mhm.
this is where you see, this is where the writer splits these people open and shows you exactly how far they've come, right? Because they're faced with these choices. And I just think I find that very exciting. Barely Even Friends by May Bennett, I blurbed and I absolutely love this romance. It is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast uh,
Mhm.
with a curvy architecture heroine who's redoing a castle. And of course, there's the Beast, the guy who lives there. But there is no the what happens in the third act is going to happen all along. It's not super high stakes. It's not No one's damaged emotionally, no one's it's very soft but still just as compelling.
Mm.
So I think it's really dependent upon the type of book you're reading. But myself, I really enjoy writing third act breakups because it's just an easy way to crack these people. It's an excuse to crack them open.
Mhm. Right. Cool. All right. Love it or leave it. Always end with an epilogue.
Oh my God. So these back when I was a newbie writer and people told me don't read reviews, I went and read reviews, right? Because I didn't know any better. And I got so slammed for not having an epilogue. Like, what happened to them next? Like, what's happened? What happened? What happened? And I was like, well, they lived happily ever after. Do you need details? People do. They need details. So I unbent enough in this book that I just turned into my editor and I wrote an epilogue.
You have been beaten down by the
I
masses.
have, and I put a wedding, they got married in the epilogue. So there you go, folks. It's for you. I don't know if I'm going to do it ever again. Um,
Enjoy it while you can.
do it while you can. I don't need the epilogue because I'm a huge fan of like taking a book and making it mine.
Mm,
So, but I know there are some people who they're not satisfied until everything comes together.
yeah.
So, and that's so the love remedy, we don't see anything after that proposal. We don't know. Did they wind up together? Did they argue? And I even write this in the afterword. I hope they did. I
Mm,
hope those two characters continue to listen to one another and respect one another and grow with one another and parent this child together. That's what I hope. And I hope they continue to treat each other with respect no matter how difficult the subjects are that they tackle. And it's my wish, but it's not something that I didn't know for certain what direction they would go in when
mm,
I finished that book because there's still so many more things they have to overcome. And I think that's a completely different book. And and definitely it could be a romance or it could be something else. But like the continuation of a romance novel, I think is historical fiction.
mm. Okay. Very interesting. Love it or leave it. Share research in your author's note.
Oh, I do it all yes, that's my thing. That's my jam.
All right. And are there any other romance rules I didn't ask about that you break?
So there are not so there are romance rules, for example, like a romance has to have a happily ever after or happily for now. But there's other sort of like unwritten rules sometimes that romance readers pick up on. And I I always like religiously follow like the when the first kiss happens and then the first encounter
Mhm.
like like I'm like, okay, we're at chapter 10 and we've kissed so that we can go to the next. Like we have the base. Basically, I follow the bases rule, the same bases that we had in like high school. All right. So I'm
Okay,
like,
so that's a rule that you follow, not break.
yes, that's a rule that I follow because I don't know how to break it yet. I haven't figured out how to do it right. I, but I would, if I can, at some point I will. But right now, yeah, that's a rule but it's unspoken, unwritten
Mhm.
rule. If you asked somebody
Yeah.
else, do you have the four bases? They'd be like, oh, no.
That's funny. Amazing. Well, I think you are mostly a rule follower when it comes to romance, but a rule breaker when it comes to listening to the patriarchy.
Yeah, there we go.